BMT. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
I built that nigga. I built that nigga. I built that nigga.
And you blood for allows a nigga convict.
Man, these bitches got me fucked up, man. Baby mama tell she needs some money. Man, you better go to Walmart.
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring.
Wonder holler broke, bitch, you get some child support. Section 8 Obamacare, your ass better sell some dope. I ain't here to save your hope, I'm telling you in the dope. Better save your lean card or a twerking liquor store. Better shake it for Habib, better shake it for Mr. Chan. Better shake it for Tyrone, bitch, I don't give a damn. Matter of fact, only fans gon' find your ass a stamp. Who was shopping sub, cause bitch, I'm not your fucking man. It's not my fault you got 5 baby daddies with 4 fucking kids and no else to fucking live. Not my problem, better get your ass a job. Go to sleep in trailer parks, better go to fucking Walmart. Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring.
Off the liquor, but I hit it. Yeah, I'm sipping on some Henny, going in, all 6. Hey, let me get some Remy. I'ma have my dick in there before it even hit me. If you think I'm about to drop a dime, how you know you tripping, for me the pussy free. For your man, you charge a fee. I'ma get up in the guts and you gon' try to have my seeds, and I'ma be a deadbeat. I ain't tell you had that kid, you know I was about to nut, but you kept on riding dick. When it comes to being freaky, bitch, you an all-star, but you always broke. Better holler at Walmart, so you better take direction, or bitch, take this lesson. Now get up on your knees, I don't wanna hear no questions.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring.
Walmart
Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring. Walmart is always hiring.
You go fuck yourself, convict!
Baby mama terrorist.
I can fuck, I can suck, I can spit a dick.
It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
Riding around, try to play the role, Miss Innocent with an evil soul. In public, wearing fake halos. Behind closed doors, she rocked them horns. I moved on, she wanna teach me a lesson. Can't see my kids, man, I'm stressing. Couldn't see my son to give me his present. She got married to teach me a lesson. Telling people she did nothing wrong. Knowing damn well since I moved on. Thought that money would keep me home. Hell no, bitch, I'm gone. I don't know what you lost your mind. Try to say my name, but I know your kind. Saying I'm a deadbeat, bitch, you lying. Fighting in court, man, I'm trying to be a father to my kids. She focus on the wrong shit, worried about another being instead of us co-parenting. Put my kids in grown folks' business, telling them lies, bitch, you wicked. Split personality, oh yeah, you twisted. Never thought I'd go through this.
It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups. It's my baby mama, I'm on child support. Can't see my kids, so I stay in coat. It's my baby mama, she be riding Lexus, finding sugar daddies and doing setups.
I built that nigga.
When you blow it for a lousy nigga convict. When you blow it for a lousy nigga convict. When you blow it for a lousy nigga convict.
Ooh, no. Bitch, you fucked up a good man. Stop the cat. Bragging about you having a man, but you know you're lonely. Stop the cat. Saying that you got all the dough, but baby, you have no money. Stop the cat. Saying that your hair on your head is real, but you know it's not. Stop the cat. Wearing some mop that you got from the good old pawn shop. Run around saying baby daddy left, but you know it's not true. You don't do to live off the government, that's what you choose. You fucked up with a good man, you rather be ran through. You know you made a big mistake, leaving him for Section 8. Even though you're living off government daddy, making them your children new pappy, claiming you're so strong and independent. You was just like them baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here. Even though you're living off government daddy, making them your children new pappy, claiming you're so strong and independent. You was just like them baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here. One more time, come on. Even though you're living off government daddy, making them your children new pappy, claiming you're so strong and independent. You was just like them baby mama terrorist women. Fuck out of here.
And you blow it for a lousy nigga convict.
Man, motherfucking man. Shout out to the motherfucking Cows gang. Man, yeah, I'm know I'm early. I told you I gotta go early all this week, man. I gotta do it this week. And then I'll be back on my regularly scheduled program and shit. You know, 4 o'clock, 4:30, something like that, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in, man. I know it's early bird and shit for y'all, but shit, I'd rather come on early than not come at all if I can. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I hope y'all having a good and prosperous afternoon and shit. I was sitting on the couch
And I was just thinking about this shit that I'm gonna talk about today. You know, it's fucked up that when you have babies and you trying to work, make ends meet, and you need somebody to watch your kids because your grandma ain't no longer a grandma, because these bitches nowadays be 30 years old talking about I'm grandma. They motherfucking ass think they too good to be a grandparent, talking about some, nah, I ain't doing that. I gotta live my best life like you do. They don't even want to be bothered with their grandkids, but then again, they don't want to be bothered with their own daughters. So, unfortunately, it's a time comes where you have to drop your child off at a daycare. Now, I'm not gonna lie. Back in the day, when I was a kid, when I was a baby, I was getting babysat by my godmother. But as time went on, when I got older to point and say, yeah, he did this, she did that, I went to the daycare around the corner, and it was a known daycare, been in the community over 20-some years. I think they finally closed it or changed it to something else. But it wasn't like that. You actually had people in there that cared and did their job and did what they supposed to. Nowadays, when you see these daycares, they have daycares to make a quick buck. It's not about caring for that child. It's all about getting theirs. Pedophiles and shit like that. Having drugs and shit in the house. You can't make this shit up. So, with that being said, it ain't like it used to be, and it ain't ever gonna be the same. We gotta talk about a 1-year-old little boy who died off fentanyl overdose. This happened in the Bronx. This wasn't even a baby mama Terrence Ku Klux Keisha that did this, and you know they the mastermind of wrecking shit. But these are like some Dominicans from what I looked at when I saw the videos. And I think I believe the daycare is called Davino's. Davino's, something else. We'll get to the name once we get into the article. And they had a bunch of fentanyl up in that motherfucker and had it underneath the child's sleeping bags. And the child inhaling it and sniffing it, not even realizing what he's doing. And probably even realized he was sniffing the shit. And that baby died. And 2 other children, or 3 other children, are hospitalized. And it was a father on the news that was crying in pain about losing his son. See, going to a daycare in this day and age is definitely putting your child at risk. Because these motherfuckers don't care about the child. They use that to get a check. They ain't trying to do their job. They do enough to get theirs. It's like putting your parent in a nursing home. They do enough where they don't get fired, or do enough where the parent or the family don't know what's going on and shit. And especially if you don't come around like that, they take advantage of that shit. So we definitely gonna talk about this unfortunate situation and expose these baby mama terrorists that work up in these daycares. So y'all already know, get on the couch and enjoy the ride. You already know, you may be seeing this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, in the hood. Yes. We got my man, Mr. Holmes, in the building. Shout out to Mr. Holmes, man, who was a co-owner of State Farm. Him and his brother got a State Farm, man. He's definitely doing his thing. I believe you out there, and is you in Maryland? Let me know. You in Maryland? If y'all in Maryland on the East Coast, holler at him, because I even try to holler at him, but he ain't in my jurisdiction because I'm in Illinois and he's over there. So yeah, if y'all out there, man, y'all need some type of insurance or something like that, and you want to do it on the State Farm, holler at Mr. Holmes, man. Pennsylvania. And I'm not close enough in Pennsylvania. But hey, I'll be in Pittsburgh soon, bro. If you out there near Pittsburgh, holler at me, man. Inbox me, because I'll holler at you, you know what I'm saying? Check out the State Farm and shit. My man doing the Lord's work. And he also has a baby mama Terrence, but he changed the law in his mind, decided to get himself in order and focus on him. And look what he's doing today. You can't make this shit up. That's what I'm saying, man. Change the laws of your mind. Wash your motherfucking hands, move on. Keep your bangs on ice cold and do you. Fuck the rest of these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Okay. I've been out there a couple of times, bro, but I didn't even think about reaching out to you because I thought you was in fucking Maryland. So now I won't forget this. I'll inbox you, bro. And yeah, we can definitely link up. I'll be out there for a day or two, or maybe a day. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, shout out to the Cows game, man. Again, like I said, Mr. Holmes say he count down mode to the freedom. Yeah, man. I heard that, man. I got 2.5 more years. I ain't counting, but I'm like, shit. I just keep on doing me and just stay in my lane and mind my business. So it's all good. But I do understand. So yeah, let everybody here definitely hit the like button, man. And let's get into this, man. Like I say, this is an unfortunate situation that shouldn't have happened. And I feel bad for the family that's going through this bullshit. You know, and prayers to the family, you know, especially one who lost their son. The little baby was only 1 year old. 1 year old. I'm gonna read the article and we'll go with the news clips and shit like that, man. But we're gonna start with the news article. This was in the New York Post. I'm gonna say 2 years, 2 months, 3 days left of my yeah, man. This right here, man. The cops find kilo press used by drug dealers at tragic New York City daycare. This is in New York City. This wasn't the suburbs, the outskirts, the northern part in Buffalo somewhere. This was in New York City. So of course you got the mayor and everybody else sitting there, you know, speaking. But I'm gonna read this and then we're gonna go to news clips, news videos. It says the owner of the Bronx Daycare, where a 1-year-old died and at least 3 other children were sickened after coming into contact with suspected fentanyl, may have been subletting a room in a tiny facility to a stranger. A source told the Post Saturday as heartbreaking details about the toddler's last breaths emerged. So wait a minute. She left a facility to a stranger. Not her boyfriend, not her homie, not son husband, but some stranger. So in other words, she didn't know the nigga. Shout out to Dallas D. I understand people at work. That's why I say I ain't tripping. I just got to do it this week. Dallas D and I will be live this Saturday. We'll be live this Saturday. You know, this right here is definitely sad and heartbreaking, man. They said that it was a stranger. Okay. Now, the shocking revelation emerged as the Joint Task Force comprised of members of the NYPD and the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration are probing the deadly incident. Meanwhile, the NYPD was interviewing the Vino Nino daycare owner, Gray Mendez. I might be saying it wrong. Gray Mendez, who's a baby mama Terrence, by the way. But the name of the daycare is the Vino Nino Daycare. So they gave her an interview in the 52nd precinct Saturday and is seeking to talk to the man she apparently rented a room to inside a small Morris Avenue facility, sources said. So she said she rented a room for this stranger for money. And how much one bet she knew what was going on? How much one bet she knew what was going on? Now she's gonna play victim. She's gonna say, I ain't know what was going on. I just rented him a room. I don't know what you're talking about. I ain't had nothing to do with it. I just rented a room and he just paid me. I'm sure she knew. She knew what was up. And I'm sure he gave her a hefty paycheck. You know, cash, of course. Now, less than a kilo worth of fentanyl, along with more than 1 kilo press, were found inside the apartment, according to the sources who said the children are believed to have inhaled the deadly drug. This is the 1-year-old little boy that passed away of the fentanyl. Cute little boy that lost his life, that could have grew up to be anything, have a career, you know what I'm saying, have a successful lifestyle, could have been highly educated, could have been something that we would want for other young men to be. But guess what? He ain't gonna have the opportunity because some baby mama tells allowed some nigga to rent out a room with fentanyl. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. 1-year-old Nicholas Feliz or Feliz Dominici died after exposure of fentanyl. So a kilo press is a device typically used to combine fentanyl with other cocaine or heroin, officials said. Because I was wondering what a kilo press is. So basically it was fentanyl mixed with cocaine or heroin. That's some strong doses of shit. This is an item that is commonly used by drug dealers when packaging large quantity of drugs. The NYPD chief of detectives, Joseph Kinney, said during a late night news conference. Tonight is every parent's worst nightmare. Why is this stuff coming up? Hold on, where's it at? It covered the damn thing. Okay, tonight is every parent's worst nightmare. NYPD Commissioner Eric Caban said of the incident, these children don't deserve this, and I agree they don't. So, wait a minute. This is what a daycare was? Now I get they tore up the house and did all that, but that place looked nasty. And I ain't talking about because they opened up the doors and they took shit out. It just looked dirty and nasty to me. That's where you had your kids be at, huh? Okay. 2 of the kids were in cardiac arrest when first responders arrived at the facility with 20-month-old Nicholas and 2-year-old boy given multiple doses of the overdose reverse drug Narcan, authorities said. Nicholas later died at Montefiore Hospital. It was the boy's first week at the daycare, said his father. Did y'all hear what I just said? This was the baby's first week at this daycare. You can't make this shit up. This was the first week that this little baby boy was at the damn daycare. Wow. And he said Feliz told reporters Saturday the family had been on a wait list for the daycare for a year. We had 1 week going there. It was a peaceful place. It seemed like they would take good care of the kids. They always kept in contact with us. Everything seemed fine, he said. We expected that we were taking our son to a place where he would be taken care of, not to a funeral home. Wow. And the father says, please don't trust anyone. The father of 5 added. The 2-year-old is in critical condition, sources said Saturday. The surviving boy's younger sibling, an 8-month-old girl, was also given a dose of Narcan and is in stable condition. A family described the chaos as first responders attempted to save the children. Alex Perez told the Post he saw mad ambulances and cop cars ambulances. And he said, I thought someone got shot. I heard sirens. It was flooded. I see them rush out and pumping a baby. Everybody knew the baby died already because he was unresponsive. While they're running out, they were pumping at the same time. They were really trying, said Perez, 32 years old. So this is, I guess, the aftermath, I believe. I see them rush out and pumping a baby. Everybody knew the baby died already. Oh, we read that. Okay. While they were running out, they was pumping at the same time. They really was trying. The child's face was purple, Perez said. He was on a gurney, the little one. The ambulance guy, he was getting a little impatient. I guess he also knew that the baby was like passing. The neighbor said they ended up carrying him off the thing to run to the ambulance. Someone pulls him off the gurney into his arm, rushed the baby to the ambulance, and they left right away. At least one child was stumbling on the sidewalk, said a teen who lived next to the building and saw the horrifying scene on her way from school. I saw the little boy on the sidewalk. He stumbled and fell down. People came to help. They surrounded him. A lady was trying to give him CPR. It seemed like it wasn't working. The crowd gathered around him. People were yelling, "He's dead. He is dead." The girl said the ambulance took him. The second one they were carrying, when they were running him, his hands looked limp. Fourth child picked up from the daycare center just before 1 p.m. Friday also appeared to have been exposed to drugs, officials said. His mother rushed the 2-year-old to the Bronx hospital when she realized the child who had appeared to have been asleep or sleeping was unresponsive. He was given a dose of Narcan and revived. The daycare, which is allowed to care for up to 8 children between the ages of 6 weeks and 12 years old, was licensed in May, record shows. So she got licensed in May of this year, I assume. It passed the annual unannounced inspection with 0 violations just last week. Yeah, they ain't there to sniff out fucking fentanyl. So of course they wouldn't know how to inspect that. They wouldn't think to inspect that. They just got to make sure that they have so many rooms, so many doors, a fire extinguisher and shit like that. So no, it ain't their job to inspect for drugs now. So I'm sure they ain't have no violations. Shit. Ain't that something, man? 1-year-old baby died and 3 others fight for their lives because some hoe ass nigga want to keep fentanyl in the fucking room. And because some baby mama Ted that pretend like I didn't know no better, which I believe she did, took the money, took the cash, and she figured he wasn't gonna have no jurisdiction around the kids. Shout out to Face Facts for the $4.99. He said, just got out of court. The law office of Reverend X served me well. No increase for the baby mama tears. Everyone knows children are better off with fathers. Shout out to you, my brother.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Everybody put the ones in for my man, Face Facts, who went to court in good old New York. And they denied the baby mama terrorist increase of child support. So basically told her Walmart is the only solution for you. What does that mean? That means Walmart is always hiring. Shout out to Face Facts, y'all. That's what I'm talking about. Hell yeah, that baby mama Tez knew just like Face Facts, baby mama Tez knew she wasn't gonna get no more money. You can't make this shit up. Walmart is your only solution for you bitches. That's all I can tell you. Now, that's some fucked up ass shit. That's some fucked up ass shit. We got quite a few videos we're gonna look at and check out because this right here, you just can't make this shit up, man.
But first,
Face Facts say, shit, bitch, I ain't paying shit but what I owe. Goddamn right. Pan African say, isn't fentanyl a legal prescribed drug in America? Yep. Government approved. Yep. Yes, it is. Opioids, all that shit. Opioids, all that shit is legal. They use them in hospitals and everything. Yep. How they get them on the streets? I don't know. Let's get this shit started with these news stories. We got quite a bit, but we got to expose these baby mama Tez and these simp ass niggas. You know what I'm saying?
But first, breaking news in the Bronx. We just learned that fentanyl is to blame for the death of a 1-year-old boy at daycare. Eyewitness News reporter Anthony Carlo is live in Kingsbridge with the breaking details. Anthony?
Oh, really just gut-wrenching news. Now the question becomes, how did a 1-year-old boy have access to fentanyl? Well,
you want to know how a 1-year-old had access to fentanyl? Because a baby mama Tez had access to that 1-year-old. You can't make this shit up. I'm going to say it one more time. I want y'all to really understand. How did that 1-year-old get connected with that fentanyl? Because a baby mama Tez got connected with the 1-year-old. Denzel, I need you.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked.
That's how.
Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
That's how. Because a baby mama terrorist was connected to that 1-year-old and them other kids. Understand? I'm for real. That's how. When a baby mama terrorist is connected to our children, there's a high chance that that child is not going to live long. There's a high chance that that child is going to be destroyed young. And his life is not going to be a good life. It ain't going to be a good longevity. Yeah, it's a trap house. Trap house daycare. Let's continue.
The NYPD's crime scene investigators now here at this daycare on the first floor of this building, trying to get answers to that very question. And we understand police are now questioning a babysitter. It's unclear if that babysitter works for the daycare, but those unresponsive children were given Narcan, and sadly, not all of them survived. Firefighters with their breathing apparatus on and contaminator test kits out. A safe space for children overcome by signs of emergency.
The owner of the daycare was screaming for help.
Mel Ramirez heard the cries of this woman, identified by neighbors as the owner of Divino Nino.
Let me back up so you can see this motherfucker face. So this baby mama terrorist allows some nigga she say she don't know to rent out a room with fentanyl. Even if she didn't know dude, it's still your responsibility to protect them children at all costs. Even if you didn't know who he was, it's your responsibility to protect your children or the children that you're watching at all costs. And you failed. You fucked up. But I bet you she knew what it was. I bet you she was getting paid, like paid in full. I'm gonna pay you to rent out my room to do what I need to do, and I won't interfere with your shit, but it interfered with her shit. Oh, believe me, she knew. She knew. I don't care what the fuck she say. She knew full well what the fuck was going on. Because if I'm gonna rent out a room to somebody or something like that, excuse me, and it's some shit like that, I'm gonna go to somebody that I know. Somebody I know that's about making money and ain't gonna say shit. And it's gonna do what they gotta do to get that money. I'm not gonna just rent out a room to some Joe Blow and chance my product being took, snatched, or smelled on or whatever. I'm telling you, she knew. She knew. Don't believe that she didn't know. Believe me. Now, I ain't saying there ain't no situations where, you know, you in the house, you let your cousin, somebody stay there, and you might didn't know that he had guns in the house or he had drugs in the house, stuff like that. But I guarantee you, she knew that that nigga had motherfucking shit in that house and she got paid for it. And I'm sure he paid her well. I wonder now, is it worth the money that you was getting, bitch? Let's continue.
Woman identified by neighbors as the owner of Divino Nino, a daycare in the basement of this Morris Avenue building.
I turned a corner and I see one of the kids like laying down unresponsive, and then the second lady came out with one of the kids and he wasn't also responding.
First responders summoned to the building for cardiac arrest just before 3 Friday afternoon. Police sources say it happened after the children ate and took a nap. The daycare door lurched open, the innocents ripped away. A 1-year-old boy pronounced dead at Montefiore, a 2-year-old boy critical, an 8-month-old girl and another 2-year-old boy also rushed to the hospital from the very place parents expect their kids to be kept safe.
I'm expecting you to watch my kid at all times because at that moment, these are your kids. They my kids, but they your kids because they under your watch.
A source.
Now let's go back to what Lazy Eye said. She's absolutely right. She's absolutely right. Those are not the woman's biological kids, but it's your job to take care of them kids at all costs because that's your job. Daycare. You're supposed to care for these children. But I'm telling you, these daycares, most of these daycares in this day and age, they don't give a fuck about them children. They're all about getting theirs. They're all about just getting a paycheck. These baby mama tears ain't shit. Now, again, This baby mama Ted is actually telling the truth. She's actually telling the truth. But guess what? This will be the same baby mama Ted that'll have that baby up in there knowing that she got drugs in the motherfucker daycare. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. I'm just saying. But she's telling the truth. She's telling the truth. She's telling the truth. I'll give it that. She telling the truth.
I'm expecting you to watch my kid at all times because at that moment, these are your kids. They my kids, but they your kids because they under your watch.
A source close to the investigation confirming fentanyl as the cause of the 1-year-old's death. Neighbors say the daycare has always had a good reputation.
These are nice people. Something bad happened. I don't know. But don't condemn them. Bad things happen to good people.
What? Wait. What the fuck this motherfucker just said? Shut up, bitch. What the fuck? You hear this motherfucker? There we go with a baby mama Ted supporter. Don't you think this one good thing, one bad thing go against these some good people. These some innocent people. They a victim of fentanyl abuse and shit like that. Shut the fuck up. Matter of fact,
Cut that bitch off.
one more time.
Cut that bitch off.
Can I get it one more time, y'all?
Cut that bitch off.
Last one.
Cut that bitch off.
Shut the fuck up. Fuck you talking about. I told you, these motherfuckers would do anything to justify fucked up and bad behavior. It don't matter. Age have no limit. No limit. This is an old school baby mama Ted. These are the pillars in the Bronx. I'm just telling you. Shout out to Pastor David Manning. The man said, I just got to say.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Y'all niggas need Jesus or something because y'all motherfuckers, y'all justify any motherfucking thing. They didn't say that some dude was in the house and went to jail. They said kids died. Where the fuck that bitch at? A kid died. A baby died. And here come this motherfucker talking about they are good people. Who is they? Her and the nigga? Get the fuck out of here. Hold on, where the fuck that was, man? We can hear that. I tell you, these motherfuckers, I tell you, they condone the fuckery, man. A child died. These some good people. Just like when that baby mama Ted's killed her kids while her husband on FaceTime, and the mama saying, well, she's educated, she's beautiful, she's good, she don't let that be the way you remember her ass nigga. Get the fuck out of here. The fuck out of here.
They my kids, but they your kids because they under your watch.
A source close to the investigation confirming fentanyl as the cause of the 1-year-old's death. Neighbors say the daycare has always had a good reputation.
These are nice people. Something bad happened. I don't know. But don't condemn them.
And you know what? That's why, and this is why I tell y'all, please.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
This is why I always say,
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
I gotta do it one more time, guys.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
I told you, these motherfuckers will find any excuse on why some bullshit happened that shouldn't have happened in the first place. Don't you condemn them. Fuck them. Let's hear that one more time. Now I'll keep it going.
They're nice people. Something bad happened. I don't know. But don't condemn them. Bad things happen to good people.
Yes, bad things do happen to good people. But she said don't condemn them. She said don't condemn them. She said don't condemn them. And a baby just died off overdosing off fentanyl. But she say don't condemn them. Maybe I will, brother.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
Well, let's continue. You can't make this shit up.
It doesn't get much worse than this.
I did see one of the parents come and she was like in tears.
It's just absolutely crazy and absolutely absurd.
Certainly a lot to take in. We understand that an 8-month-old girl and a 2-year-old boy will survive in this, and another 2-year-old is critical. Tonight, again, police sources saying that fentanyl was found in that 1-year-old boy who was pronounced dead. We understand that the owner of the daycare is cooperating with police.
Oh, of course. I'm telling you, this baby mama Tez, yeah, she gonna cooperate. She gonna play like I ain't know no better. I didn't do nothing. I didn't know what he was bringing in the motherfucker. Yeah, she gonna cooperate and throw him under the bus like a motherfucker. Shout out to Mr. Marcus who's out there in New York. Shit. Shout out to this brother for the $5 donation. He's like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. She shouldn't be saying that. If it were her baby, her grandbaby or child, nah, she probably would, brother. These baby mama Tez will never surprise you, because even if they own kid, if that's one of their home girls, they're gonna stay on code. They're gonna say, well, it was an accident, it's the dude's fault. She shouldn't go to jail. He probably threatened to beat her in 5.6 hours and shit like that. I want you to understand that they will throw their own grandkids under the bus. Because these are low-life-to ass bitches. These are low-life-to ass baby mama terrorists. They will look out for their sisterhood, even if they is Dominican, and then to look out for their own grandkid. You can't make this shit up. Shout out to my man, Mr. Marcus. Shout out to Mr. Marcus. I'm telling you, they don't give a fuck about their kids either, man. You have a few of them that are, you know, if it happened to their kids, then that's different. Or one of their son husbands died and shit. That might be a little different. But most of these bitches don't give a fuck about their grandkids, their kids, the motherfuckers, their sisters, and none of that shit. And when one of them motherfuckers get caught in the same shit, they'll turn around and try to ask for a GoFundMe and a motherfucking what else? Attention. And attention. Because they're gonna try to get their attention and use their name in vain to get theirs. I'm just saying.
Tragedy.
Yeah, see, I got quite a bit of views of this shit. I want to hear all that shit. Then we're gonna hear from the DA and shit talk about this shit, man. Shout out to the Cows Gang. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Definitely you know, hit the like button. If you could donate to the channel, I still gotta pay for my motherfucking couch, man, Aaron's Renter Center and shit. Also, man, I gotta give a shout out to my man Dirty Folks, man. We linked up yesterday on some business shit. And y'all will find out in 2024 what's going on, man. Shout out to my man, Dirty Folks. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you can't make this shit up, man. Let's check this one out.
Tragedy in New York City. A 1-year-old is dead and 3 other children sickened after suspected fentanyl poisoning at a daycare facility. One of the victims, a 2-year-old, is now fighting for his life. 2 people have been arrested on murder, manslaughter, and assault charges. Details now from ABC's Morgan Norwood.
Right, we're there, opioid king.
Yeah, look at this convict. Shout out to Jack. Jack said, I can't believe she got on TV saying this bullshit. What? Oh, man, hey. Check this out, man.
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked, bamboozled, led astray, run amok.
Believe it.
No, you believe it.
One more time.
No, you believe it.
One more time.
No, you believe it.
Don't ever believe that a baby mama Tez is not gonna go on TV or social media and say shit that they shouldn't say. You see it all on social media every single day. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. They do anything for attention and clout and all this bullshit. And even if it make them look like stupid asses, even if it make them look like
You fucking income fucking poop.
they don't care. They'll get attention at all costs. Yeah, I believe it. This bitch, they give a fuck. Old bitch don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, these bitches ain't shit. Look at this. She's a convict. She's a convict. Shout out to my man for 48 hours, man. How that shit go?
And you blood for a lousy nigga convict.
This convict right here.
And you blood for a lousy nigga convict.
Fucked up her business, fucked up her livelihood, fucked up other parents' livelihood because she was too greedy and she wanted to make more money by letting some nigga that she says a stranger come up in there with fentanyl and pay her another form of a check. I tell you, these baby mama Tez come in all forms. It don't matter what color, race, creed, religion, faith, organizations, education, degrees don't mean shit. Salaries, none of that shit. It's all one of the same. A baby mama Tez is just what it is, daddy. Look at this motherfucker. Look like a nigga I used to box in the ring with from time to time. She don't look like she's sad. She don't look like she's filled with sadness and guilt. She is like, man, I fucked up and got caught. I fucked up and got caught. That's what she look like. Damn, I'm sorry. See, she gonna play victim when she get in that stand in the courts and try to point the finger at the dude that was involved. See, she ain't got no remorse. She don't care. This is a terrorist. Understand, these baby mama terrorists ain't shit. And every time I go to New York, I don't go to the Bronx. I've been in the Bronx 1 or 2 times. I don't hang in the Bronx. Drive past in the Bronx, but I don't go over there, motherfucker. Now, when I was with Good Bread and Kareem, we was in the North Bronx. North Bronx ain't like the South Bronx. I believe, yeah, it was North Bronx. It was totally different. I'm like, damn, this the Bronx? I ain't think it was the Bronx. Real talk.
Daycare center.
Tonight, a New York City daycare owner charged with murder after police say a 1-year-old boy apparently exposed to fentanyl died under her watch.
What do you want to say to the families?
Gray Mendez, who runs the Divino Nino daycare from her Bronx apartment, charged along with her tenant and cousin, Carlisto Acevedo Brito. The two expected to be arraigned.
Wait a minute. I thought they said he was a stranger. Did y'all just hear what the motherfucker said? Did y'all just hear what they said?
You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok.
And I agree with you, Freeze. The Bronx is the worst borough in all boroughs of New York. And in the Bronx, in my opinion, for what I've seen in the Bronx, the Mexicans, the Dominicans, the Puerto Ricans, they run that city. I call it a city, but they run that borough. They run that shit. Black people ain't got shit on them in the Bronx. I'm just letting y'all know. That's just my opinion. I don't live out there. Y'all tell me if I'm lying. I'm telling you, they run that shit. All them birthday goes and shit. You don't think they doing shit up in that motherfucker? Man, they do what they do. Run around, come people up with motherfucking swords and motherfucking machetes and shit. Yeah, most Latinos. That's what I'm saying. It ain't black people over there. So when you hear about a crime out in the Bronx, you just be like, it must be one of them Latinos or Dominicans or some shit. I'm just saying. Them the niggas over there. Let's hear this shit. They said it was the cousin. I thought they said it was some stranger I ain't on. Let's hear that again.
Along with her tenant and cousin.
Yeah, hell yeah, he told her.
Gray Mendez, who runs the Divino Nino daycare from her Bronx apartment, charged along with her tenant and cousin, Carlisto Acevedo Brito. The two expected to be arraigned late today in the death of 1-year-old Nicholas Feliz Domenici, whose distraught father says his son just started daycare last week.
Now, Jack said that's her husband. Hey, man, it could be some shit going on, but she knew who husband, cousin, yeah, but she knew who the fuck he was. He's a stranger. I don't know, dude. Yeah, they family. So you know he told her. Because if I'm going to do some shit with my cousin, I'm gonna tell him. Because I want him to know what he's finna get involved with. I have did it. Hey, cuz, hey man, I'm finna do XYZ, or I'm dirty or whatever the fuck. Let him know. You know what I'm saying? Fuck out of here. Talking about stranger.
I love him. I miss him. I want him back.
On Friday around noon, police say a 2-year-old boy in Mendez's care went home, where he started acting lethargic and unresponsive. His mother took him to the hospital, where he was revived with the overdose reversal medication Narcan. 2 hours later, police rushed to the daycare after a 911 call.
Narcan was administered to all 3 of these children in an attempt to save their lives.
According to police, the licensed daycare only opened in January, and on September 6th, passed a surprise 3rd visit from...
Shout out to Freeze. He said they was looking for a baby father, but he ran out the back door. They did say they was looking for a 3rd person. I didn't know who the 3rd person was. So shout out to Freeze for letting us know that the baby father was involved too. You can't make this shit up. But she trying to play big. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what happened. Shit.
City inspectors with no violations found. Law enforcement sources say investigators made a stunning discovery when they searched the home.
That's a raggedy ass, that's a dirty ass house to me. I don't know, it looks small and dirty and everything. I ain't talking about the stuff they put out. I know tearing this shit out, putting stuff on top. I ain't talking about that. Just from that picture, it looked dirty and nasty.
On Friday, a kilo block of drugs that tests said contained fentanyl and 3 kilo presses.
This is an item that is commonly used by drug dealers when packaging large quantities of drugs.
In 2022, the DEA says it seized enough fentanyl nationwide to kill every American. And New York says it seized close to 2 million fentanyl-laced pills.
Let's look at that. In New York, seized about 2 million fentanyl-laced pills statewide. So I just want y'all to understand, a lot of this shit is in New York. They said they got enough fentanyl to kill every American in the nation. That's a lot of shit. And just in New York, I don't know if they're talking about New York City or the state of New York, 2 million in fentanyl laced. These fentanyl laced, not just fentanyl, fentanyl laced.
Statewide.
This crisis is real, and it is a real wake-up call for individuals who have opioids or fentanyl in their homes.
The fuck you talking about? This, you know what? Shout out to the mayor.
You fucking income fucking poop.
It's been a wake-up call when this shit first coming out. You sound like a dumbass. You sound retarded, but you know, that's y'all mayor. My mayor's dumb as fuck too. My dumbass former mayor is dumber than dumber. So I mean, what the fuck?
And Lindsay, 2 children are still in the hospital tonight, one fighting for their life. Doctors are running tests to determine what opioids they were exposed to. And we're learning more about the suspects. They could face a federal drug case, and that's expected soon. Lindsay?
We are certainly wishing those children well. Morgan, thank you.
Hi, everyone. George.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, Michael K. Williams died because his shit was laced up. I remember dude, they gave dude 10 years. They gave dude 10 years. Let me see. Trying to play victim tomorrow. You just stranger. I don't know. Well, I mean, that's what you're supposed to do. Don't snitch. She's gonna snitch now, though. Let's continue.
Tonight, there's disturbing new information about the suspected fentanyl exposure.
Oh no, I wasn't shouting out that bitch ass mayor, y'all. That's why I said shout out to the mayor.
You fucking income fucking poop.
Cause he's a dumb motherfucker. He a Sambo, bro. Matter of fact, far as I'm concerned, he another
Better man, cool.
Fuck him. He ain't I don't like that nigga. Fuck him. That motherfucker clown. He ain't no different from the previous mayor we had in Chicago, Larry Fine Lightfoot. And this mayor we got, I thought he was gonna be okay, but this motherfucker want to look out for immigrants that don't belong here, so they can get a check from the government. And all the real homeless people that been here, they fuck. You can't make this shit up.
Better man, cool.
Of 4 young children at a daycare center in New York City. Sources tell CBS New York that the daycare was a drug front. Police revealing tonight that the fentanyl was found under a mat where the children had been napping. CBS's Jessica Moore has the update from the Bronx.
Tonight, as 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici's parents grieve, sources tell CBS New York daycare owner Gray Mendez called her husband before calling 911 to get help for the children who were unresponsive. Police saying just moments ago, all 3 children hospitalized.
Now, let me ask y'all this question. Why do you think she called her baby daddy or husband, whatever the fuck? Why do y'all think she called the husband or the baby daddy, as far as I'm concerned, it's baby daddy? Why do you think she called the baby daddy before she called 911? I want to know. What do y'all think? Because if a child's in the house ODing and overdosing, the first thing I would do is call the police. But why you think she didn't call the police first? She called him. Think about it. We already know. I just want to see it in the chat. Why did she call the baby daddy or that nigga before calling the police? Yes, TC. To get the working evidence out the fucking house. What I'm gonna do to cover this. Also, here I come to save the day. And also, just like my man Q said, and that's the number one right there. She knew he was trapping. You can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up.
Cut that bitch off.
She knew. That's why. She knew. She knew. You know what I'm saying?
Help for the children who were unresponsive. Police saying just moments ago, all 3 children hospitalized had fentanyl in their systems.
We're all parents, and you cannot be a parent and not be angry of what happened to those 4 babies. I am.
Sources tell CBS New York Mendez's husband.
First of all, let me explain something to people. That's why I said this mayor right here is an idiot. This stupid motherfucker and this dumb motherfucker is a fucking idiot. First of all,
You fucking income fucking poop.
First of all, you don't have to have kids to understand that this is some fuck shit. You don't have to have kids to be angered of a child being deceased because of some negligent ass baby mama tears that got drugs around the house. So that shit is dumb as fuck. Now I get the logic, you know, by you being a parent, you should care, but these baby mama tears are parents every motherfucking day, and they don't give a fuck about their children. Get the fuck out of here.
Biatch.
So, far as I'm concerned, if you're a human and you care about children, then you will be angered about this. But don't say if you got kids, then you will be angry. When these bitches have kids every day, all day, and they still don't have no fucking feelings and emotional ties to their own fucking kids. Let Denzel speak on behalf of Malcolm X for this dumb motherfucker. It sounds good though, but that's what politicians do. Make shit sound good.
You've been had.
Yeah.
You've been took.
Stop out of it. The fuck out of here.
Bamboozled. Led astray. Run on muck.
So like I said, if you human and you care about children, then yeah, you will be angry. You can have no kids and still be angry. What the fuck you talking about? These niggas stupid.
I am.
Sources tell CBS
Stupid
New York
motherfucker.
Mendez's husband was seen on video appearing to throw out drugs before first responders arrived on scene. Police say a kilo of fentanyl and drug-making equipment was found inside the daycare. Mendez and her husband's cousin, Carlisto Acevedo Brito, who rented a room at the rear of the daycare, were both arrested on Saturday night and charged with murder, showing depraved indifference. In addition to 4 counts of endangering the welfare of a child, criminal possession of drugs, and 16 counts of assault. Mendez's attorney said she didn't know about the drugs.
She rented a room.
Oh, get the fuck. Hey, don't believe that shit. That bitch knew it was drugs in the house. That's why she called her boyfriend or baby daddy before she called the police. She knew. Now, I ain't gonna lie to you. If she would have called the police first, and it came out that she say she didn't know, I probably would have believed her. I might be like, well, you know what? The average baby mama Taz ain't gonna call the police first. They're gonna call that nigga, call their cousin, whoever around involved in this shit. But she didn't. She called that nigga because she knew what was in the house. She knew what they was doing. What she did, basically did, took her check and turned a blind eye. She turned a blind eye. I don't know nothing. Woo, 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 woo. And my man Goodbread said she deleted 1,000 texts. See, this bitch this is what I'm trying to tell y'all, men and women out here, women with sense. Don't believe none that these baby mama terrorists say. These baby mama terrorists will lie on their own kids and say it's their fault. These little kids are Jermaine's too, because these are the ones who are the most unprotected, the most abused and neglected and everything. Not black women. I'm just saying.
It's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
She knew exactly what was going on. And that's why she didn't call the police first. She called that nigga. I'm just saying. So she could say whatever she want to say. And I really hope that the niggas involved say, yeah, she knew just as much as we did.
She didn't know what was going on.
Tonight,
Yeah, okay,
all
nigga.
3 of the hospitalized children,
Yeah, okay.
2 2-year-olds and the 8-month-old sister of one of them, are listed in stable condition. Dominici had only been attending Divino Niño Daycare for a week. His parents say he would have turned 2 in November.
No podemos. ¿Qué vamos a hacer?
The feds are now investigating this case. This daycare was licensed by the city and even recently passed a surprise inspection by the Office of Children and Family Services. When we reached out to them, they called the incident horrific, but declined further comment. Nora?
I mean, what can they say? Their job is not, I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck about the Department of Human Services. They full of shit, but I can't blame them for not finding drugs. They not there to search for drugs. So, I mean, I can't blame them. I can't blame them on that. So let's go to this third suspect, y'all. Let's go to the third suspect. Oh, really? Good bread said, I know Shotty, Mr. Palmer. No crab leg, everybody in the Bronx know what them daycare signs mean. LA say, Mr. Palmer, it's even worse to have all that in the daycare for kids because parents may have some drugs in the house, but no, not all that at a daycare. Put them under the jail. I agree. Let's talk about this third suspect. Let's see who this third suspect, because they was trying to find dude. Let's see what they're gonna say. And as I'm watching this shit, I'm letting y'all know I ain't even watched this shit. I'm watching it with y'all for the first time. Usually I do watch it at a time. I ain't watch it. I want to do this with y'all. And you know what? Before I go, let's play. Shout out to Jermaine. Jay Jermaine, that is. And we already know when Jay Jermaine gets involved, it's always his fault. Shout out to Jay Jermaine. He says, salute pimpin'. Shout out to him for the $10 cash. He said, salute pimpin'. Watching from the clouds at work. Hey man, enjoy the rest of your day. But I just let you know, even though your work is still your fault.
It's all Jermaine's fault. It's always Jermaine's fault.
Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to you. Don't get blamed at, don't get blamed at work, nigga. Let's continue. Don't get blamed at work. Let's continue.
People now charged with murder after police say a baby at a daycare in the Bronx died from exposure to fentanyl. Both suspects face 11 charges, including murder. And police say they're still searching for a third person.
Good.
On Friday, 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici died.
I apologize. I thought they caught the nigga. I thought they caught him. So they still looking for the third person. Okay.
Other children were hospitalized after they were all exposed to fentanyl. That's what the police say. Now police are investigating why the dangerous drug was at the site caring for children in the first place.
Yeah, exactly.
Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles live in the Kingsbridge section of the Bronx with more. Darla.
Dave, the outrageousness of this cannot be understated. You have 4 children, ages 2, 1, and 8 months old, undergoing toxicology tests and being treated with Narcan. So quite evidently.
Forgive me, y'all, but it looked like she had braces in her mouth at 40, and she just took them out because you still see the fucking brace print on it. I don't know why you motherfucking baby mama test. Well, I know why. Y'all baby mama test with y'all 45, 50 years old to get braces and shit because your bitch ass couldn't afford it before, but now you got some money. Now you think you the richest motherfuckers on the planet, talking about you got this and niggas beneath you and you don't need no nigga. But it take y'all 45 and 50 years old to get motherfucking braces at 50. That's usually something you do when you a teenager or as a kid.
You fucking income fucking poop.
Get the fuck out of here. But let's continue.
Evidently, the NYPD and the Bronx District Attorney want to hold everyone accountable, including the husband of the daycare owner, who at this time is nowhere to be found. However, 36-year-old Gray Mendez and 41-year-old Carlito Acevedo Brito have been indicted on murder and drug charges. They will not be released on bail. There is no chance of that. Sunday afternoon, they were described by the arraignment judge as reckless and a flight risk. This after this sweet little boy, 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici, died of exposure to fentanyl. This happened Friday afternoon here at the Divino Nino Daycare on Morris Avenue in the Kingsbridge section of the Bronx, where investigators say they found a kilo of fentanyl and drug production equipment in the apartment of Brito, who had been renting it from Mendez for $200 a week.
Wait a minute. You did all that for $200 a week? Oh, you really dumb. Oh, shit.
You fucking income fucking poop.
You did all that for $200 a week? You stupid motherfucker. Man, shit. Shout out to my man from The Wire, man. Shit. But then again, that's your cousin, so you looking out for him. But $200 risking my motherfucking livelihood, that ain't enough, bitch. I need $1,000 a week, bitch. Make you go somewhere else. Yeah, she did a damn good job, Rome. She did a damn good job.
She had no idea about what was in the closet. She called the cops. Would you call the cops if you know that it's fentanyl?
She called the cops after she called her nigga. So get the fuck out of here. See, that's what I'm saying. But his job is to get his client off at all costs, even if it means sound stupid, because he's getting paid. So I understand he's getting paid. So regardless of how he talking, he's getting paid either way. He knows she's going to jail. He knows she's going to turn. He knows she's going to flip. He know that she's gonna be doing some time. Time is on my side. Yes, it is. Let's continue.
Live in your apartment?
Where is her husband? Is he on the run?
No comment.
Now you see, that's what I'm saying. You think he finna ride and tell you that? He works for that lawyer might have been appointed from the husband. You can't make this shit up. I still say baby daddy, but what I'm saying is that nigga got that lawyer for her. She can't afford that shit. So of course he ain't finna tell you that nigga on the run. We already know he's a Dominican Republic right now. If he's smart, he's out of the country. I'm telling you, if he's smart, he's out of the country or trying to get out of the country. He know dude before he knew her. Understand that? Hell yeah, he gonna smile because he's like, shit, that nigga's the one paying me. Let's continue.
In your apartment?
Where is her husband? Is he on the run?
Yeah.
No comment.
I bet, bitch.
Interesting response there from Mendez's attorney, considering all three, Mendez, her husband, and Brito, are all in this country illegally. That is why they have been considered a flight risk. Also at this hour, outside of the Divino Nino daycare, there's no sign that there was ever a daycare here. The sign that was on the outside of the building is gone, but what you do see are flowers, candles, and a little toy in honor of Nicholas Dominici, who died.
Man. That's some fuck shit. So dude's still on the run. I thought they caught his ass. Yeah, he gone. Let's and they was denied bail. Let's talk about them being denied bail.
Stop pushing this poison.
I'm glad they ain't get no bail. They denied bail. Neither one of them should get out of jail. Dude somewhere in DIPI, one of them motherfuckers. Let's see what this one's talking about.
Stop pushing this poison. It kills. It ruins lives. And it will ruin yours too when we catch you, convict you, and send you to federal prison.
A dire warning about the drug behind the Bronx daycare tragedy as we learn more about what investigators say they uncovered inside.
And tonight, the owner of that daycare breaks down in tears as she comes face to face with a federal judge.
Yeah, I told you. They know what. Look, they know when to shed them tears. They shed them tears. Look, guys, I want you to understand that these motherfuckers know when to shed their tears. Family court, criminal court, anything they got to do with court that's going to either set a man up for failure or if they know that they're going to be set up for failure. You can't make this shit up. That's when they start crying and whining and all that shit. But when they do they bullshit, they ain't crying because they don't give a fuck. The doctor even smile. But they know when they locked up, prep and shit and get themselves right. So about time they get there, they already ready to go. And I guarantee you ain't no tear hit the ground, ain't hit her cheek. I guarantee she's just doing some shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do best. Actors. She know.
Covered inside.
And tonight, the owner of that daycare breaks down in tears as she comes face to face with a federal judge. Good evening, I'm Maurice Dubois.
And I'm Christine Johnson. The heartbreaking story capturing national attention and also raising a lot of questions about the safety of daycares inside people's homes.
Here is where the investigation stands right now tonight. The daycare owner and her husband's cousin were both denied bail tonight in federal court. The owner's husband is still on the run.
Oh.
And at last check, those three.
So it was the husband's cousin. So wait a minute. So the cousin that got caught up wasn't her cousin. That was her in-law. I guarantee you she knew that her husband was selling drugs. Don't believe. Listen, anybody that believed that she didn't know no better and she didn't know, then all I got to say is,
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
And also use a motherfucking.
You fucking income fucking poop.
I guarantee you she knew what the fuck her guy was doing, or baby daddy, husband, whatever you want to call it. She knew what he was doing, and she turned a blind eye. She gonna ride with her nigga. She gonna look out for him. So now, it wasn't the cousin that was doing it. He was involved, but the husband is the one that was the mastermind of this shit. You can't make this shit up.
Yeah.
So to the old bitch that was saying, they don't let this condemn them and all that shit.
Shut your goddamn ass up.
That's all I gotta say. Yeah, she's a mole. She's a mole. She's a mule. She's a mole. Yeah, she was the mastermind. She probably helped set it up. She knew. Don't believe that she didn't know. Her nigga had it in another room. It's not like he was somewhere down the block and she didn't know what was going on, because that has happened. That has happened. But he's in the house in another room. In the house in another room. She knew what was going on. Believe me, she knew. Don't believe that shit. Don't believe that bullshit that she didn't know. She knew.
Denied bail tonight in federal court. The owner's husband is still on the run, and at last check, those 3 children who survived are still in the hospital, one of them in critical condition.
CBS 2's Alicia Reed was in the courtroom for hours today, and she joins us now live with an update. Alicia?
Christina Maurice Gray Mendez was visibly emotional when she walked into court today. She had shackles on her feet. Both her mother and her oldest daughter were there to support her. Gray Mendez.
Mother and oldest daughter. Where was dad? Mother and oldest daughter. Look at this. Cry. Cry me a river.
Gray Mendez broke down in tears, wailing the moment a federal judge decided she would not be granted bail. Mendez and her co-defendant Carlisto Acevedo Brito are accused of running a fentanyl distribution ring inside a daycare. Law enforcement officials releasing photos of the fentanyl they say was found in a hallway closet at the daycare and kilo press machines often used to package and distribute drugs.
In particular, they found a brick of fentanyl, about 1 kilogram in weight, right on top of children's playmats in the daycare's closet.
Both Mendez and Brito used translators in court Tuesday. They're facing dozens of charges, including murder with a depraved indifference, and now 2 federal counts of conspiracy to distribute resulting in death and possession with intent to distribute resulting in death after 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici was killed. Mendez is accused of calling 3 people, including her husband, before calling 911.
Again, she's running around talking about the lawyer talking about, but she called the police. No, she called her husband or baby daddy. I'm just gonna say husband because they could be married. I don't know. I don't believe it, but they could be married. I'm just gonna say husband because they want to say husband. She called him first because he was the police. How are we gonna fix this? I need you to come fix this. What are we gonna do? I guarantee you this motherfucker was the mastermind as well, because she might didn't kick it off, set it up, but I believe she helped write the blueprint to help them out on what they can do. Why would you put the drugs where the kids' match is that y'all use every day? Even if they didn't have the kilo of fentanyl under there, right? But you laying that shit on top of that shit. Don't you know the little dust and dirt? I mean, the dust of that shit is gonna be on that goddamn sleeping mattress, and they gonna still inhale that shit. Y'all niggas stupid. Y'all niggas are stupid.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Even if the motherfucker, if you take the brick off, whatever, that dust is still gonna be settled in that goddamn sleeping bag. Boy. Stupid motherfuckers.
Her husband, described as a co-conspirator, showed up to the daycare and hasn't been seen since.
Minutes later, he left the daycare and fled.
See what I mean? Don't tell me she didn't know. So dude came there. Dude was like, here I come to save the day. And then when shit was hitting the fan, he thought about it and was like, shit. He's like, I'm out of here, bitch. He said, you can figure it out. I don't know, but Walmart is your only solution for you. I'll get you a lawyer, bitch, but I'm gone. See, he came over there and probably dumped a lot of that shit out or took it with him and went on about his business. She knew what was going on. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe that shit. She is just as much as involved as them 2 motherfuckers.
Her husband, described as a co-conspirator, showed up to the daycare and hasn't been seen since.
Minutes later, he left the daycare and fled out the back alley, carrying 2 full shopping bags.
You know what? Real talk. I'd have ended this motherfucking live because I don't have nothing to say. The bitch called him to come get this shit, get much of this shit out of here because I gotta call the police. And he like, all right, well, hold on, let me get there. He grabbed much as he could and took them 2 bags and went on about his business. You cannot make this shit up. Don't tell me that this bitch didn't know what the fuck was going on. She knew exactly what was going on. She called him and told him to come get this shit. 1 child overdose or 3 or 4 children OD'd. I gotta call the police because I gotta call the ambulance. So yeah, she knew what was going on. Cause why would you call him first? Let's hear that again for you dumb motherfuckers. Oh, don't condemn them. They some good people and all that shit. And don't bad things happen to good people ass niggas and shit. That bitch knew what was up.
Manisi was killed. Mendez is accused of calling 3 people, including her husband, before calling 911. Her husband, described as a co-conspirator, showed up to the daycare and hasn't been seen since.
I bet.
Minutes later, he left the daycare and fled out the back alley, carrying 2 full shopping bags. And all of that happened while the children, the babies, were suffering from the effects of fentanyl poisoning and in desperate need of help. We're not going to give up. We're going to get him.
Mendez allegedly deleted over 21,000 text messages to her husband.
She deleted 21,526 texts from her husband. Let me tell you how dumb you are, bitch. Let me tell you how dumb you are. Because guess what? Answer the question for me, guys. Yeah, you deleted your text, but can they still retrace those texts? Can they find those texts? Let me know, how do they find them?
And you blow it for a lousy nigga convict.
Tell me, can they find them deleted text messages? And if they can, how? How? She texted them 21, or she deleted 21,526. She didn't do nothing, right? Yeah.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Anybody that believes she was a victim of circumstances, 5.5 hours, he was forced to her and all that shit. All I gotta tell you is, shout out to Reverend X.
Shut your goddamn ass up.
Here's the thing. When you delete text off your phone, right? You delete the shit, right? Off your phone is deleted. Off your cloud is deleted if you want to delete it. But when you call the motherfucking AT&T and you call T-Mobile, you call all these different cell phone companies, they can pick that shit up because they got their own type of hard drive. It's deleted from your phone, but it ain't deleted from them. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up. Yeah, I know I ain't shit. I already know. I ain't shit. Walmart ain't shit. The Cows Gang ain't shit. The Baby Mama Ted's Bounty Hunters ain't shit. The Pygmies ain't shit. The Mammies ain't shit. But guess what? We all got a common agreement when it comes to these Baby Mama Ted's and Symbiote forces.
I don't give a fuck what you think, bitch.
That's it. That's all. So let me let Denzel speak on behalf of Malcolm X. When, like I say, delete your text if you're trying to hide it from your girl or your guy and shit. Delete the texts you don't want nobody going to your phone, but don't think they can't go into, your phone service company and get the deleted messages. I'm just saying.
You've been had. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled.
Yeah. Now, one thing it does do, it does make it, delayed, but it don't stop shit. It prolongs it, but it don't stop shit. She deleted 21,500, but I know she did. She probably went to press the delete, and then she put down all and just did all in one whop. I'm sure she ain't deleted like back to back. She deleted everything. Let's continue.
And while at the police precinct, she and Brito are facing a
Wait a
minimum
minute.
of 20.
She did it while she was at the precinct at that. She didn't do it at home. They must didn't have a handcuff or something.
While at the police precinct, she and Brito are facing a minimum of 20 years and a maximum of life in prison. Prosecutors say fentanyl is the deadliest drug the country has ever seen, telling the judge it kills 150 people in the U.S. each day.
Fentanyl is the most urgent threat in our nation.
The only reason why they say fentanyl is the most threat in the nation because a lot of white people get killed, young, old, middle age, don't matter. When the crack era was going on, they didn't say it was a high risk, high era. If anything, somebody got caught with a nickel bag of motherfucking crack, they had to do 5 to 10 years. Let's get the fuck out of it with that bullshit. Now, there's black people that's on that shit too, but we already know who doing more, like opioids and all that shit. Don't believe the hype. They only making it a big thing now because predominantly white people are dying off this shit. You can't make this shit up. So you can stop that shit. Because when it was the crack era, all they just said was lock motherfuckers out, and they didn't offer help and none of that shit, give them a budget and shit. But when this opioid shit hit the fan, they want to come with a help these motherfuckers and a fucking budget from the government. They had needles and shit, so if they use it, get some clean needles and put it in that motherfucking box and shit. I see it at the motherfucking stores now where they can just put it in the box so they don't leave it out on the motherfucking street. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck out of here.
And the tragedy that unfolded in the Bronx demonstrates the danger that fentanyl poses to every New Yorker.
Mendez's defense asked for $100,000 bail, saying she's not a flight risk, but the judge denied it. When questioned by detectives, both Brito and Mendez denied knowing anything about drugs at the daycare.
Shout out, hey, the cousin and her denied it. Shout out to them for not trying to snitch. I'd give them a shout out. No snitching. Shout out to them for not snitching. They said, we ain't know nothing about it. We ain't know nothing about it. Well, actually, they did snitch because now they basically put on the baby daddy. So actually, they did snitch. Because they saying, they didn't come out and say it, but basically, they like, okay, if you didn't do it, then, you know, we got to look at him. Yeah. Celso Blanco.
Live from Manhattan Federal Court, Alicia Reed, CBS 2 News.
Yeah. I ain't do nothing. I ain't no shit. Yeah, but you called your nigga up to come get the shit and take 2 bags out the house. Okay. I told you, you can't make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. You cannot make this shit up. We got a few more.
But we begin tonight with new developments in the heartbreaking incident at a daycare in the Bronx where 1 child died and 3 others were hospitalized after showing symptoms of exposure to opioids. Good evening, I'm Arthur Chien. The owner of the daycare tonight is being held without bond, while the other person under arrest is waiting to be arraigned. Fox 5's Stephanie Bertini joins us live right now from outside the courthouse in the Bronx with the latest. Hey, Stephanie.
Hi, Arthur. That daycare owner and her husband's cousin are each facing a string of charges, including murder. She stood before the judge just a short time ago. He is expected to be arraigned either later tonight or tomorrow. This is video of 36-year-old Gray Mendez, the daycare owner, walking out of the 52nd precinct in handcuffs. You can see a serious look on her face. She did not look up at the cameras earlier today. 41-year-old Carlisto Acevedo Brito kept his head down as police walked him out of the same precinct also earlier today. Police allege 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici died after exposure to drugs at Divino Nino Daycare. 3 other children were also exposed, according to the NYPD. Police were called to the daycare Friday afternoon. The children, according to detectives, were unresponsive. All of them treated with Narcan, which is used to reverse drug overdoses in life-threatening situations. The surviving children are still in the hospital. The duo arrested by the NYPD after a search warrant was executed at the daycare. Detectives say they found 1 kilo of fentanyl and 3 kilo presses, essentially drug paraphernalia, inside the apartment that the daycare was operating out of, and that Brito was renting a room in that apartment. Mendez's attorney says she had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, right.
It's a tragedy for the children. It's a tragedy for her, because I don't believe she's involved with what happened. So it's really bad all around. It's terrible for everybody. She had no idea about what was in the closet.
Okay.
She called the cops. Would you call the cops if you know that there's fentanyl in your apartment?
We already answered that. She called a nigga first, then she called the cops. After he got his 2 bags and went on about his business. Whatever you say, nigga. But that's his job, though.
Of course not.
Why y'all cover your heads,
Mendez's
nigga?
family showed
Hey, why y'all cover y'all? I'll cover my head too, though. I ain't got nothing to do with that shit. But why y'all cover y'all heads, though? Why? Look at her.
Mendez's family showed up to
Shit. Hey, look at the one duck down, nigga. We saw you, bitch. Look at she duck she ducked down real quick. Look. Oh shit. Oh man, dude, like I just dropped my head a little bit.
Mendez's family showed up to court. They did not comment. They did not talk to the media at all. Now, she's being held, Arthur, without bond because the judge has determined that she could be a flight risk. They're saying she has ties to the Dominican Republic. We will, of course, continue to follow this developing story. We know, Arthur, Mendez is back in court September 21st. Back to you.
But see, now what's gonna happen? What can't happen now? You open up the door to do a sweep, drug bust, and everything else. Now, yeah, they might get whacked because they like, man, you just fucked up. You got a 1-year-old killed and and 3 others and hospitalized and shit like that. You fucking up our money. So now we're gonna have to fuck your family up because we losing money because it's bullshit. Yeah, I can see that happening. You better not show your face. Ooh-wee. I wouldn't show my face. Shit. That shit. That shit crazy. That shit crazy right there. You can't make this shit up, man. You can't make this shit up, man. This was the dumbest drug dealer I ever heard in my life.
We're learning new details about the death of a 1-year-old boy at a Bronx daycare center. Officials now say he was exposed to fentanyl.
The family of the boy is also speaking out. Fox 5's Lizette Nunez has more from the Kingsbridge Heights section of the Bronx. Lizette, good morning.
Good morning to the both of you. And a third person is still wanted for questioning. Detectives also giving additional details. They believe the children were exposed to fentanyl when they were down for a nap.
It's a really hard moment. This is not supposed to happen.
The father of 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici is distraught after losing his youngest child following an exposure to fentanyl inside this Bronx daycare.
This substance is so dangerous. Just a small amount. That little corner right there, the size of a penny, that little corner you see here is enough to kill.
Tuesday, police gave more insight into what was found. Investigators say fentanyl residue was discovered underneath the mats where the children nap.
As far as what we recovered, it was 1 kilogram of fentanyl was recovered in the vicinity of those mats, and the kilo presses were recovered inside of a closet that was out of plain view.
2 people were arrested and charged with murder, including 36-year-old Gray Mendez, who operates the daycare center, as well as Carlisto Acevedo Brito, her husband's cousin, who had been renting out a room inside the daycare. Police say a third person is wanted for questioning, who the New York Post identifies as the husband of the daycare owner.
We do have another person of interest that we'd like to speak to that could expand more on what we're looking at.
The city's health commissioner also giving more details on the inspections that took place at the daycare center, including the surprise inspection that happened on September 6th, where no violations were found. He says inspectors look for things like proper ventilation and essential child care equipment, but looking for opioids is not on the list.
I'm very sorry, but one of the things my child care inspectors are not trained to do is look for fentanyl. But maybe we need to start.
And one of the questions that was asked to police yesterday was whether or not this daycare center was essentially used as a cover-up for a drug operation. That's something investigators will be looking into. Another thing that police will also be combing through is surveillance video to determine when drugs were brought inside the daycare center. That's latest here from the Bronx. We'll set things back inside.
You cannot. You can't make this shit up. That's all I'll tell you. You cannot make this shit up. These little, yeah, they're gonna start doing that now. I mean, unfortunately, now I feel sorry for the ones who actually got a business. They're actually doing their business, being legit, and actually caring for children. But it is what it is. I mean, you know. That's some fucked up shit. Did I play this one?
At a Bronx day.
This the last one, guys. And, you know, I'm going to get my ass back on the couch. You know, I told y'all, kids are the least, children are the least protected. They when you hear women say they are the least protected, 5.5 hours, and don't want to give a fucks about it like that, no, it's children. I want you to understand, when they say that shit, say, no, it's children. Every time I see somebody say that shit, I say, no, it's children. They get quiet, they probably, you know, say some shit. It's children. Don't ever believe that it's women. Children is the least protected, the most abused. Maybe they might have 5.5 hours they getting killed and shit like that and abused shit like that. Don't believe that 5.5 hours for women and we're the least protected and nobody support us and do this shit. It's children. Don't ever believe no shit like that. It sounds good and you see some shit on the news, on social media. Don't believe that shit. It's children.
And a Bronx daycare owner and a man renting a room from her have now been hit with federal charges.
This after a 1-year-old died and 3 other children became sickened from suspected fentanyl exposure.
Fox 5's Lisa Evers joins us live outside federal court in Lower Manhattan, where these new charges were just announced. Lisa?
Well, Natasha and Steve, the daycare center owner and her co-conspirator tenant are expected to be arraigned here on these new federal charges sometime later today. The feds have now taken over this case, which has broken the hearts of people everywhere. And we're getting shocking new details about what happened in the crucial moments after those babies were poisoned with fentanyl. 36-year-old Gray Mendez was taken away in handcuffs by the NYPD, and her tenant, 41-year-old Carlisto Acevedo was also arrested on murder and other charges.
That wasn't her tenant. Is a tenant, but that was her cousin, y'all. Her cousin-in-law. Her husband's cousin. Don't come with that tenant. Want a tenant shit. And yeah, Lisa's face is hard as fuck. I was thinking the same thing, like, damn, my face hard as fuck.
In connection with the fatal fentanyl overdose of 1-year-old Nicholas Dominici and the poisoning of 3 other children at a Bronx daycare center on Friday. Now it's a federal case with both Mendez and Brito facing maximum penalty charges. Prosecutors say Mendez allegedly called a third alleged co-conspirator, believed to be her husband, before calling 911 on Friday for the poisoned children.
I wonder what the lawyer got to say about that. So she called the police. Ain't nobody gonna call police if they got drugs and shit. Who shit? These baby mama tears are stupid. Yeah, they will call the police. Don't believe that. They dumb as fuck. Cause they think they could, and our society allow it. They could play victim, shed tears, crocodile tears, holler postpartum, use mental illness and PTSD and 5.5 hours on the Richter scale. Yeah, so yeah, they will call the police.
He ran out of the daycare with 2 shopping bags filled with fentanyl kilos, says Southern District U.S. Attorney Damian Williams.
We allege that the defendants poisoned 4 babies and killed one of them because they were running a drug operation from a daycare center.
Armed with a search warrant, NYPD detectives and DEA agents made a startling discovery.
There, we discovered a kilogram of fentanyl in an area that was used to give the children naps. It was laid underneath a mat where the children had been sleeping earlier.
DEA agents were among the first responders to the Divino Niño Daycare Center, which was actually inside Mendez's apartment. Authorities say they also found 3 kilo presses in the place.
Fentanyl is a killer. Fentanyl crept into our illicit drug supply like a cancer, slowly and deceptively, and is now in everything and everywhere, killing victims instantly and indiscriminately.
Fentanyl is extremely dangerous, and when inhaled or touched and put into the mouth, can cause someone to stop breathing. It's even more of a threat to small children.
It's a sedative, which makes you, sleepier, and, at higher doses can lose unconsciousness. But it also can affect your respiratory system.
Now, the U.S. attorney tells us that if convicted on these latest charges, the two co-defendants could be looking at a minimum of 20 years behind bars in a federal prison or a maximum of life behind bars. As for that third missing co-conspirator, the woman's husband, the daycare owner's husband, we're told by police sources that right now a joint NYPD U.S. Marshals task force, fugitive task force, is looking for him. We're live in Lower Manhattan outside federal court. I'm Lisa Evers, Fox 5 News. Steve and Natasha, back to you.
And a Bronx.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. She got a hard ass face, man. I tried to ignore it and shit, but goddamn, it's a hard knock life. She got a hard face, man.
Right now, a joint.
I'm sorry. She got a hard face, man. Just saying, she's strong. I'm just saying, but it ain't about her. But I'm just saying. But yeah, I just had to let you know I was looking. But yeah, I want y'all to understand that, you know, this is a situation that did not have to happen. If you're gonna sell drugs, I ain't not nobody hustle. You do your thing, but don't do it around your children. Don't have this shit in the same house where your children sleep at, or children that you take care of and babysit. Don't have it there. Have it down the street. Have it across the street. Have it next door, but don't have it in the fucking same vicinity that the kids sleep. They put the drugs in the sleeping bag, and that's what I'm saying. If it's bust open, cracked, anything, even if it's just a residue, they gonna sniff that shit. They gonna get high off that shit. What the man? That's what I say. What's wrong with you niggas? Shout out to my man Pastor.
What's wrong with y'all niggas? What's wrong with you?
Jack in the building. What's going on? This right here, this is some fuck shit. But for her to say she didn't do nothing, she didn't know what happened, I didn't know shit and studying this shit, she lying like a motherfucker. She knew exactly what was going on. She tried. Think about it. If they would have got there before dude got there, he had 2 garbage bags. You know how much shit you could put in a garbage bag? So imagine if they found all that shit in that house. 2 garbage bags. But you trying to say, I didn't know, and I did call, what the lawyer's saying it. I did call the police and all that shit. Yeah, you called police because you didn't call the police. You called for the ambulance. You called for that child to be saved. You didn't call the police. You called for 911, and when they came, the police was coming too. I'll tell you, these baby mama tears is not good around our children. These baby mama tears do not deserve to be around our children. These low like the baby mama tears do not deserve to be around our children. These whole ass niggas don't deserve to be around our children. But this baby mama tears knew what was going on, and she knew that she had children in the house, and she knew what could happen. But guess what? She didn't give a fuck. All she cared about was and looking out for her nigga. $200 a week. And looking out for her nigga. Looking out for her nigga. My advice to y'all, brothers and sisters, if you got to have a daycare, don't use a daycare that's at home. If you're going to use a daycare that's at home, make sure you know them. Make sure it ain't somebody you met on social media. Make sure that they was recommended for somebody that you know that deal with them, or still have their kids could still go on there. Make sure they at least have a legit license, legit business. Go through the Better Business Bureau as well. Because I understand sometimes you got to go to a daycare. I'm just saying daycares ain't like it used to be. It ain't nowhere near like it used to be. You have motherfucking young ass baby mama tears talking about they take care of kids when they just got them as a front, or they got them there just to get $1. They don't give a fuck about them children. They won't even change the baby's diaper. And if you is gonna have children in there, make sure they're old enough to tell and speak out. Because you got a baby that can't talk and shit, he or she may be a victim of abuse, neglect, and everything else, man. You know, Protect your children at all costs. Do I blame the parents for this? No, I do not. I don't blame the parents for this because they they thought they had a legit daycare. And unfortunately, you have shit like this that gives us a reason on why we keep our children away from daycares. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be honest with you. Do I think dude gonna get caught? I don't know. He might have flew. If he flew out of the country, he ain't coming back. But then again, he probably got somebody looking out for him. But this nigga right here, she don't deserve 20 years. That's not enough. She deserved at least 50 years to life. The nigga that was involved deserved 50 years to life. But I bet you, how much you want to bet when they do all this shit, they're gonna make her get 20 years, 10 years. She ain't gonna even if she plead guilty, she not gonna do the time that dude's gonna do or the husband gonna do. I guarantee it. They're gonna say she's a victim, she didn't know no better, she did call the police, and you got baby mama tell say, yeah, see, she forced him 5.5 hours on the Richter scale. You know what I'm saying? So man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Comment in the comment section, tell me what y'all think. Share this shit. Understand that these baby mama tests come in all forms. These are Dominican, Hispanic descent. This is not the Ku Klux Keishas. This is the Ku Klux Valdez, I guess. See, understand that these motherfuckers come in all forms and they all do the same shit. They all got the same mindset of feminism and fuck kids and get theirs. Selfish low like the motherfuckers. Everybody put the boot emojis in this bitch as I get the fuck out of here. This bitch need to get the booted out this motherfucker. And yeah, I think she's gonna do 5 to 10. Plead guilty, get 5 years, get probation. Motherfucker gonna do a GoFundMe. Motherfucker's gonna look out for it. The old bitch gonna definitely look out for it because she said you don't condemn somebody that's good. Because the good go have bad luck at times, or the good get killed at times. Like it is what it is. My man Perfect Blackness says Ku Klux Beaner or Benner. Shout out to y'all, man. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over, man. Fuck this bitch. Yeah. Hey, look, you ain't paying my motherfucking rent for 9 months. Nah. Hell nah, I don't want no motherfucking sex. I'm Mr. Palmer, bitch. I don't do that sucker shit. You better have my motherfucking money. Punk ass bitch. What I don't understand, how you can be so strong and be so independent and be a bum bitch. You got help from government, daddy, and you get them PPP loans. Yet you haven't paid shit, so you need to get gone. You haven't paid your fucking rent for a whole 9 damn months. Hell no. Got my crib all smelly and nasty from trash and blunts. Oh, hell no. Fuck this, get the fuck out. Fuck you being homeless and the least wanted. Here's your addiction notice. So yeah, you need to get the fuck out of here. Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass is about to get the boot. Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass is about to get the boot. Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass is about to get the boot. Yeah. Your ass get in the big thing. Out here. You know, like the baby mama tears out here like this, y'all. Your ass is about to get the boot. We boom these bitches out like this here, you know what I'm saying? Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass is about to get the boot. We put all these look like the baby mama tears in this motherfucker. Yeah. Your ass is about to get the boot. Shout out to the Cows gang. Your ass get in the big thing. Your ass ass is about to get double. Keep your kids away from these low-lighted ass so-called daycare centers that's in motherfucking houses, trap houses that is, and make sure that the baby mama terrorist is away from you and your children. Because I want you to understand, they don't give a fuck about your children, just like the parents of these baby mama terrorists don't give a fuck about their children. So understand, they all one of the same. Shout out to the Cows gang. You know, I just thought about something. Before I get the fuck out of Dodge. Now, the last video that I think it was the last video. Let me take a look back. No, I want the last video. I gotta go back to this certain person right quick. It don't have nothing to do with it don't have nothing to do with it, but I can't just let it ride. Let me find it right quick. Before I get the fuck out of Dodge, I can't leave without doing it. I'm sorry. Where's that motherfucker? It's one of these motherfuckers. I got to. I got to. I tried not to, but I can't just let it go like that. Where's that motherfucker at? Where is it at? I can't do it. Hold on. No, not you. Forgive me, y'all. I got to do it. No, not you with the release braces and shit. This motherfucker, man. I think it's raining outside. Now, I'm sorry, man. I try to let this ride. I just can't do it. I cannot do it. Everybody put the brick emojis in this motherfucker. I can't let this go without putting the brick emojis in this motherfucker. This nigga right here done hit the wall, y'all. I'm just saying. I cannot go without calling this shit out. Everybody put the brick emojis in this motherfucker because this look like somebody threw a brick at her and it's stuck. I'm just saying. I'm sorry. She ain't got nothing to do with this show. She don't have nothing to do with the baby mama terrorists. She don't have nothing to do with the civil forces, but she do got something to do with the brick wall. She do have a lot to do with the brick wall, and I can't just let it go without singing this shit. Yeah.
Man, ain't this something? You want to come at me
I just can't
10
do
years
it.
later talking about you in love with me? You got a luggage?
Yeah.
You think I'm going to carry that shit?
Shout out to the cat.
Hell no, I don't want your funky ass. You better go on eBay.
Check this out.
Shit. I wanted you to be mine, but I was never your type. You always wanted that street nigga who had swag. I knew we were a better fit, but you rather deal with a broke ass. How could you kick me to the curb when he treats you like trash? 10 years later, here you come saying you're in love with me, with 6 kids getting handouts from government daddy. Bitch, I'm no damn fool, so move out of my way. You better off finding that nigga off eBay. I'm telling you, no, you done hit the wall. I don't want you at all. Better go on Craigslist, you baby mama terrorist. I'm telling you, hell no, you done hit the wall. I don't want you at all. Better find you a Tyrone. You better get gone because because I don't want you. You lonely ass bitch. You bummy ass bitch. Yeah. Bitch, I'm no fool, so move out of my way. You best to find that nigga off eBay. You know you done hit the wall. I don't want you at all. Better go on Craigslist, you baby mama terrorist. I'm telling you, hell no. You done hit the wall. I don't want you at all. Better find you a Tyrone. You better get gone because I don't want you. Shout out to the motherfucking Cows gang, man. I'm out of here. Peace out. Yeah. Welcome, Thigh. I thought your degrees were your ticket out. Welcome, Thigh. You're back with the guys you used to laugh about. Running around, busting down, getting community. With 6 baby daddies, 5 kids and with. Who would thought it'd be ya? Another Ku Klux Keisha. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block. Use a thought. 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 I thought your degrees were your ticket out. Use a thought. You're back with the guys you used to laugh about. Playing a role, you're not a hoe, say you're not a thigh. You need to see reality, you was a BMT. Who would thought it'd be ya? Another Ku Klux Keisha. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block. Use a thought. Use a thought. Use a thought. Use a thought. Use a thought, use a thought. So believe it or not, use a thought, use a thought, use a thought. Believe it or not, use a thought, use a thought, use a thought. Believe it or not, use a thought, use a thought. So believe it or not, you a thought from the block, use a thought.